You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. I've been meaning to make this Matt LaFleur video. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Here we are. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. By the way, thank you SOBs for watching this channel. 1 million views. Last 28 days on this YouTube channel, we're growing like crazy. Every day, like 3,000 subs last month. I mean, I got to tell you, there's some mainstream media guys out there that they ain't doing that on their YouTube channels. I'm just letting you know right now. So, what's going on? What's going on with Green Bay? What's going on with Matt LaFleur? Now, I want to point this out before we get into the good stuff. You know, Green Bay's got a head coaching candidate, what's thought to be a pretty well sought after head coaching candidate. Jeff Hatley, of course, the former Boston College coach. Now, I seem to remember another fan base and another fan base that looks back now and thinks what could have been. And I'll only point this out, but this time last year, the Jags hired Liam Cohen. And, the Buccaneers fan base, a great many of them wanted Todd Bowles to hit the bricks, to hire the guy that everybody wanted off the staff. Now, do I think there's a difference here? Yeah, I think being an offensive coach versus a defensive coach makes a difference. However, I'm going to point something out. Wouldn't it be best to be a badass defensive team if you're playing in Wisconsin, cold ass, frozen ass tundra of Wisconsin? Sometimes I've wondered about that. Not only that, but your coach has value right now. So let's start here. Let's start with the agent ripping into the Matt LaFleur contract negotiations. In case you're wondering what's going on, Matt LaFleur is not even a top 10 paid coach, okay? Estimates that he's making somewhere like down around maybe 8 or 9 million, whereas John Harbaugh's getting 20 million, Andy Reid may be getting 25. Hell, there was people speculating that Bill Belichick was getting 30 in various ways, let's put it that way. And that's kind of how it's always been with NFL coaches. It's like, what all are they getting paid from exactly? How are they doing that? Because they'd be getting paid $5 million here, another $3 million here. And it was all like dirty little secret, may or may not have been coming from the actual club. So anyway, that's a little peel back the curtain action that you learned from consuming for the last 50 years. 2 agents with experience taking part in such contract talks recently spoke with Tom Silverstein of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel about the Packers-LaFleur relationship. One of those agents took a shot at the Packers regarding the club's handling of the situation. Quote, the Packers are still viewed as a mom-and-pop organization. Quote, they're still viewed as a little bit of a mom-and-pop organization, that agent said about the Packers. You don't get to hedge your bets. Matt has some leverage. He's going to want a deal where he can coach knowing he's not going to get fired. Well, that's the problem. He's a lame duck. He's in a lame duck situation. You got Ed Policy running the show, who's kin to Carmen Policy, and I can tell you, I'm a Niners fan. I know all about Carmen Policy, and that sumbitch is a god as far as we're concerned from Niners land. So, here's the thing. Many Packers fans don't want to keep LaFleur. All right? Because of the whole wouldn't even made the playoffs last 4 years had there not been a 7th seed added to the in fact, let's keep it real. Let's say they hadn't added a 7th seed. Matt LaFleur would be on the coaching market right now. And a lot of Packers fans know that, right? You add that together with a Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots Super Bowl kind of collapse in the playoff game against the hated Bears. Shit. Some fans are like, let him walk. He's got real value, folks. He does. He's got value. Now, the Packers plan to, quote, work out a deal with LaFleur. Now, it was just a couple of days ago that Adam Schefter come out and said, that's all well and good. Everything's great, except this is all still up in the air. Well, if you're Matt LaFleur, and some people are saying he wants maybe 18 to 20 million or something like that. If you're him and all these openings are out there, absolutely knowing right here, right now, if Matt LaFleur became available, word has it the Browns, Falcons, Titans would all immediately jump in on this thing. And he would jump ahead of Kevin Stefanski as being the number one candidate on the market. That would happen. All right? Listen to this. Whispers have also hinted that the Packers could court former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. All right? So, which is rather interesting when you consider there's language. I just dropped a video. He still hasn't signed that contract with the Giants. Is it the Packers that's holding this up for John? Quote, it's years and not money, one agent told Silverstein about what LaFleur likely is looking for from the Packers this winter. It's about LaFleur having some security, knowing he can coach without worrying about getting fired. He wants to know that he's their guy. All in with him. If not, let him go. It's hard if it's a one-sided negotiation, they should be all in. You've got to work both sides. So, that brings me over to Albert Breer. All right, he dropped one of his mailbags today. Somebody asked, does Matt LaFleur have actual trade value? This is the answer. I've said from the start the Packers want to extend Matt LaFleur. But sometimes if talks stall, eyes on both sides will start to wonder. And on wide open coaching market, that's requiring some creativity rather than chasing prominent names. You don't have to twist yourself into a pretzel mentally to find executives in Atlanta and Miami that might throw their hats into the ring if things play out a certain way. If they don't, next week comes, could someone like Atlanta's Matt Ryan or Miami's John Eric Sullivan, with their ties to LaFleur, call? Sure. At that point, I think we'd be talking about maybe a top 60 pick and something else. It's worth mentioning, by the way, the Falcons don't have a first rounder. Yikes. That hurts. But that gives you some idea. He's got real value, okay, if you went to trade him. My guess would be the Falcons, who are getting close on Kevin Stefanski, I think. But the Falcons would be like, oh, hold on now. Matt LaFleur's got ties to the Titans. And who knows what Miami's doing. My guess is Jeff Hafley is Chris Shula, one of these guys. Very possible there. This is interesting. And the fact that, and I'm not tying everything to Harbaugh, but if you're Harbaugh, Packers are pretty interesting too. You know, I mean, far as clubs with historic value besides just the Giants, I don't know. That's interesting. And I'm just going to put this out there. If you're the Packers, and maybe they already did, would Tomlin skip a season if he got offered the Packers job? You can go from being the Steelers head coach to the Green Bay Packers head coach. That's a pretty good gig. I mean, all indications is he's not going to coach. But you'd have to listen to the Packers, I think. I mean, he wouldn't with the Ravens, but the Packers, boy, you want to turn down a chance to coach where Vince Lombardi coached? Question mark? Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.